Justin?
The only thing I have at this time, previously at the last meeting, the board had voted on for
You have to get a little closer to the microphone, please.
Last meeting, the board had been presented with and voted on for Altman Enterprises to fix the problem that went out with their mailing, the may versus must issue in there. Our office had been in contact with Altman Enterprises, and they asked us to again bring it to the board for reconsideration instead of having it mailing simply as dispersed to people, to get out, either hand deliver it or different courier than simply mailing it was what they had asked.
Will you explain that, because I don't remember the whole thing.
What had happened was there was a flyer that went around for the brush collection. In it, there was a typo in how it was presented. It was must be placed in bags when it should have been may have been placed in bags or biodegradable bags for pickup. I believe at last meeting, the board had decided that they wanted it to be mailed out again. What we had been presented with is just simply asked to come back to the board, and Altman wanted to see if we could simply put it to distribute instead of specifically mail, which would allow them other options such as having anybody walk up to a door, put it in that person's hands, knock on the door, check it off, or if they had some other courier service do it, they could do it that way.
For all the towns or residents?
For all the residents that they mailed it out to originally.
And they figured that'd be cheaper than sending it through the mail?
That was what they presented to us. They asked us to present it back to you.
They said it's $3,500 to send it in the mail.
It's completely discretionary on the board. We were asked to do it. I'm bringing it to the board's attention. We had talked with Altman Enterprises and they asked us to bring it back up to the board.
I would think that as long as the people get the information that they need, however, I'm sorry, I would think that as long as every household here gets the information that they need from Altman, how they get it to that location should, I mean, as long as we're assured that they are going to send something out one way or another, either by a mailing or by personal delivery, whichever.
You know, it makes no difference to me as long as everybody gets one.
I think some way we have to be assured that it's being distributed. I know with the mailing, it goes out and there's some process for us to have some checks to make sure that people get the information. I don't know if they intend on carrying around a clipboard and checking the people's names off, but
I mean, if they use one guy, it's gonna take all year, you
it's
know?
good before the summer be over.
I don't know their intentions on how they're going to effectuate it, but they just asked in lieu of mailing, which is going to cost them, as Mr. Dazinski said, around $3,500, for another way to ensure that it is going to be redistributed with the new language, correct language on there, because I believe it was voted on and passed that they had to mail it again.
Yeah.
People have to be notified. It's unfortunate that this came up, but one of the bidders that did not get it is the one that brought it to our attention. The bid package said a specific way, the way it was supposed to be worded. There was some type of an oversight, and he's brought it to our attention. That's why we're requesting them to do it the proper way.
It would be confusing for the homeowner as to what their responsibilities are. It's a timing issue too. I mean, I don't foresee them being able to hand deliver before they start collecting. I just don't know.
I believe it's the 20th. The 20th they start, 7 days.
Again, it's completely discretionary to the board as to how you want to handle it. To us, as long as the correct information gets out there, it makes no difference. But again, it's up to the board.
As long as the information gets out there, and as you said, it's a time is a factor on this also right now. If they're going to start picking up with the 20th of this month,
Yes.
yeah, well, I haven't got too much time left.
I think the only way we can be guaranteed that people get the information is it goes by mail. It's unfortunate that they're going to have an extra cost of doing business, but it's their first year doing it, and there's a protocol that has to be followed. That's my thoughts. I don't know if you guys want to weigh in on it, but.
Well, we can have another resolution to that effect.
Do we need a resolution to say no?
No, we can just basically tell them again that we need it mailed I think that's.
That the resolution as it's been
resolution
passed
stands.
stands.
Correct,
Before their first pickup date.
correct.
I don't think it'd be $3,500 if they did some work with pre-sort and,
I didn't
The
run the
postcard
numbers, I
thing.
just,
I know.
That's what he told me, I don't know. So basically, is it the consensus of opinion that we still require them to send them in the mail? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's my position.
Yes.
Yes.
okay,
It's
that's
the
all I
same
have.
resolution we passed at the last town board meeting.
Okay. That's all I have at this time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Michelle?
Nothing, thank you.